Hey everyone, Les here, Methuselah Mindset. Welcome. Some benefits of exercise stem from the immune system. Apologies in advance. I totally understand. Not a title that would inspire excitement or even curiosity in many people. But bear with me, because exciting it is. And this latest research from Harvard Medical School, if you're like me and extremely curious and excited by the latest breakthroughs in science that these guys at places like Harvard Medical School are doing, is going to make you bounce off the walls like school kids at a birthday party on a sugar rush, I assure you. Okay, let's get into this. Now, before I start, guys, special thanks to EKATERINA PESHEVA. She published this just last week, November the 3rd, in Science Immunology. And of course, Professor Diane Mathis and her team at Harvard Medical School. This is amazing. This is fantastic research. And guys, as I've just said, it may have far wider reaching consequences and implications in that fight against our arch enemy, inflammation. Let's dive into this, guys. Okay, some benefits of exercise stem from the immune system. Immune cells mobilize in the muscles during exercise, fend off inflammation and boost endurance. At a glance, research in mice shows that the anti-inflammatory properties of exercise may arise from immune cells mobilized to counter exercise-induced inflammation. Now guys, quick spoiler alert, full disclosure, this study has only been carried out on mice, alright? But as you will discover later on, this sets the benchmark for a whole lot more work to be done on this fascinating subject. Immune cells prevent muscle damage by lowering levels of interferon. Interferon is the villain in this story. Hold on to that thought. A key driver of chronic inflammation, inflammatory diseases, and aging. Interferon. Yeah. Okay. The connection between exercise and inflammation has captivated the imagination of researchers ever since an early 20th century study showed a spike of white cells in the blood of Boston marathon runners following the race. Now, a new Harvard Medical School study published November the 3rd in Science Immunology may offer a molecular explanation behind this century-old observation. The study, done in mice, suggests that the beneficial effects of exercise may be driven at least partly by the immune system. It shows that muscle inflammation caused by exertion mobilizes inflammation-countering T cells or Tregs. Remember that, T cells, Tregs, that's a whole nother subject. If you're not familiar with this topic, I will include links below. Like always, dive into that. Sorry, I'll start that sentence again. I digress. It shows that muscle inflammation caused by exertion mobilizes inflammation-countering T cells or Tregs, which enhance the muscle's ability to use energy as fuel and improve overall exercise endurance. So, quick spoiler alert: Tregs are the good guys in the story. Interferon is the villain. Right. Long known for their role in countering the aberrant inflammation linked to autoimmune diseases, Tregs now also emerge as key players in the body's immune responses during exercise, the research team stated. The immune system, and the T-cell arm in particular, has a broad impact on tissue health that goes beyond protection against pathogens and controlling cancer. Our study demonstrates that the immune system exerts powerful effects inside the muscle during exercise, said study senior investigator Diane Mathis, Morton Grove Rasmussen Professor of Immunology in the Blavatnik Institute at Harvard Medical School. Apologies in advance, I'm sure I haven't pronounced Blavatnik correctly. I apologize. Mice are not people, and the findings remain to be replicated in further studies, the researchers cautioned. However, the study is an important step toward detailing the cellular and molecular changes that occur during exercise and confer health benefits. Understanding the molecular underpinnings of exercise. Protecting from cardiovascular disease, reducing the risk of diabetes, shielding against dementia, the salutary effects of exercise are well established. But exactly how does exercise make us healthy? That's a question I'm sure many of you had pondered. The question has intrigued researchers for a long time. Excuse me. The new findings come amid intensifying efforts to understand the molecular underpinnings of exercises. Untangling the immune system's involvement in this process is but one aspect of these research efforts. We've known for a long time that physical exertion causes inflammation, but we don't fully understand the immune processes involved, said study first author Kent Langston, a postdoctoral researcher in the Mathis lab. Our study shows at very high resolution what T cells do at the site where exercise occurs in the muscle. Most previous research on exercise physiology has focused on the role of various hormones released during exercise and their effects on different organs such as the heart and the lungs. The new study unravels the immunological cascade that unfolds inside the actual site of exertion, the muscle. T cells, the heroes, and inflammation-fueling villains, interferon. Exercise is known to cause temporary damage to the muscles, unleashing a cascade of inflammatory responses. It boosts the expression of genes that regulate muscle structure, metabolism, and the activity of mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses that fuel cell function. Mitochondria play a key role in exercise adaptation by helping cells meet the greater energy demand of exercise. Shameless plug, guys. I've done another video on mitochondria. If you're not familiar with this subject, please, I'll include the link below. Watch that video. It has a whole lot more links to more information about the mitochondria. Extremely important, and obviously a key player in this story as well. Okay, back to the study. In the new study, the team analysed what happens in cells taken from the hind leg muscles of mice that ran on a treadmill once and animals that ran regularly. Then the researchers compared them with muscle cells obtained from sedentary mice. So, mice that ran once, regularly, or not at all. The muscle cells of the mice that ran on treadmills, whether once or regularly, showed classic signs of inflammation. Greater activity in genes that regulate various metabolic processes and higher level of chemicals that promote inflammation, including interferon. Both groups had elevated levels of Treg cells in their muscles. Further analysis showed that in both groups, Tregs lowered exercise-induced inflammation. None of these changes were seen in the muscle cells of the sedentary mice. However, the metabolic and performance benefits of exercise were apparent only in the regular exercises. The mice that had repeated bouts of running. In that group, Tregs not only subdued exertion-induced inflammation and muscle damage, but also altered muscle metabolism and muscle performance, the experiments showed. This finding aligns with well-established observations in humans that a single bout of exercise does not lead to significant improvements in performance, and that regular activity over time is needed to yield benefits. Now, don't you resonate with that with so many different examples? You know, regular, consistent exercise is the only thing that's going to produce, those very healthy benefits and results. Sorry, I digress. Further analysis confirmed that Tregs were indeed responsible for the broader benefits seen in regular exercises. Animals that lacked Tregs had unrestrained muscle inflammation marked by the rapid accumulation of inflammation-promoting cells in their hind leg muscles. Their muscle cells also had strikingly swollen mitochondria, a sign of metabolic abnormality. Now, guys, I've got a diagram here which I'm going to attempt to show you. You will, if you click on the link and read the full article, which obviously I strongly encourage you to do, you'll be able to get this a lot better, but hopefully it shows up here. So basically, we've got two photos here. The hind leg muscles of mice lacking Treg cells on the right showed prominent signs of inflammation. You can clearly see, I hope, that there is massive differences between this one and this one. Okay, so the hind leg muscles of mice lacking Treg cells on the right showed prominent signs of inflammation after regular exercise. Compared with those of mice with intact Tregs on the left, the research showed that this uncontrolled inflammation negatively impacted muscle metabolism and function. More importantly, animals lacking Tregs did not adapt to increasing demands of exercise over time the way mice with intact Tregs did. They did not derive the same whole body benefits from exercise and had diminished aerobic fitness. These animals' muscles also had excessive amounts of interferon, the villain, a known driver of inflammation. Further analysis revealed that interferon acts directly on muscle fibers to alter mitochondrial function and limit energy production. Blocking interferon prevented metabolic abnormalities and improved aerobic fitness in mice lacking Tregs. Fascinating. The villain here is interferon, if you haven't got that already. The villain here is interferon, Langston said. In the absence of guardian Tregs to counter it, interferon went on to cause uncontrolled damage. Interferon is known to promote chronic inflammation, a process that underlies many chronic diseases and age-related conditions, and has become a tantalizing target for therapies aimed at reducing inflammation. Tregs have also captured the attention of scientists and industry as treatments for a range of immunologic conditions marked by abnormal inflammation. Hopefully you're aware that inflammation is a massive, massive problem. The study findings provide a glimpse into the cellular inner workings behind exercise's anti-inflammatory effects and underscore its importance in harnessing the body's own immune defences, the researchers stated. There are efforts afoot to design interventions targeting Tregs in the context of specific immune-mediated diseases. And while immunologic conditions driven by apparent inflammation require carefully calibrated therapies, exercise is yet another way to counter inflammation, the researchers stated. Our research suggests that with exercise we have a natural way to boost the body's immune responses to reduce inflammation, Mathis said. We've only looked in the muscle, but it's possible that exercise is boosting Treg activity elsewhere in the body as well. So guys, I just want you to hold on to that thought because it segues, especially if you follow the Methuselah Mindset channel, it segues so well into so much more of the aspects of the research that we are currently doing around the benefits of exercise. So I'll just read out Professor Mathis's statement again here. Our research suggests that with exercise, we have a natural way to boost the body's immune responses to reduce inflammation, so fighting inflammation. So we can naturally do it our own selves, with our bodies, with exercise. Hopefully you are as happy to hear that as I am. So look guys, again, at a glance, research in mice from the study, this amazing study, at a glance, research in mice shows that the anti-inflammatory properties of exercise may arise from immune cells mobilized to counter exercise-induced inflammation. Immune cells prevent muscle damage by lowering levels of interferon. That's our villain, a key driver of chronic inflammation, inflammatory diseases, and probably importantly for most of our audience, aging. Okay, aging. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. I really hope you enjoyed that. And look guys, if you did, yes, of course, you know what I'm going to say. I want you to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But if you're really finding this type of information and these amazing studies coming out of amazing institutions like Harvard Medical School, so thanks again to Professor Diane Mathis and her team for doing this amazing research, because there is more to come, then guys, put your comments below. Leave me those comments. Tell me, hey, are you finding this as interesting as I am? Is this giving you some value? Let me know. Is there a particular subject that you would like me to do some research on, which may be more valuable to you? I'm happy to do that. All right, guys, because I'm very passionate about this subject. Well, look, again, I'm bouncing off the walls. I think that is absolutely fascinating. There is absolutely more to come, and obviously there is multiple institutions and universities across the globe utilizing their resources to fight that battle against inflammation, which is which has so many horrific effects to the aging population and those of us in our golden years. Okay, guys, thank you so much. As always, an honor and a privilege. Love, respect one another. Get yourselves outside. Get moving. See you on the next one.